Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Okay, and we'll just screen splitting. Do you know how to do that on your end or not? I
I'm
don't
not
know how to
sure.
do that.
To do what?
Just split the screen so there's like, do you have on either side? So there's um
I'm
both of
doing like
us
that
on
on
the
my
screen at
side
the
right
same
now, and
time.
it's recording my screen. So our faces will show up side by side.
Oh, they will. Okay. All right. Okay.
But I have my note
Awesome.
taker as
Okay.
well. So my note taker is showing up. I don't know if that matters for you
Oh,
or
no, that's fantastic. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I'll just minimize that. Okay. All right. So you're okay to start?
let's do it.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So today I'm talking with, hi everyone. Today I'm talking with Payam. Oh, actually, sorry. How do you pronounce your surname, Payam?
Safa.
Safa. Okay, I just wanted to get that correct. Okay. Hi everyone. Today I'm talking with Payam Safa, who is at the forefront of promoting change in the consciousness entrepreneurship and conscious capitalism spaces. Payam is a serial entrepreneur of numerous tech firms and founder of LightDAO, a global community connecting consciousness entrepreneurs and investors globally. So thank you for being here, Payam.
Thank you for having me, Kristina.
Okay, so Payam would like That's my pleasure. Firstly, can you share the story behind the founding of LightDAO and how that all got started?
Yeah, this is the whole reason for why we're doing what we're doing. And it was sparked through a transformational experience of enlightenment. And that experience really just shifted my perception of what is. And that experience happened through a very simple practice of journaling. Every day I was predominantly journaling two things. One is gratitude, and the second is affirmations, writing positive I am statements. So every day I would express what I'm grateful for in life, things like my family, education, traveling around, having friends, and all the beautiful things in life. And on the affirmation side, I would write I am statements, things like I am love, I am compassionate, I am courageous, I am fearless, I'm a family person, so on and so forth. And after 6 months of writing these statements every day, I reached a point where I was writing I am light every day. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Why am I writing I am light every day? And then I continued to think and journal, well, if I'm writing it and I'm affirming it, it's not that I'm just writing it and affirming it. I am light. And if I am light, what the fuck is light? So being this computer scientist that I am, I started examining all the light around me, light from a light bulb, light from a flashlight, light from a laser beam, light from a candle, light from the sun. I was like, light's like the most simple thing that we're looking at and we're experiencing all the time, all day, all around us in all the ways. Light is so simple. It's only doing four things and four things only. One, it has direction. Two, light is intersecting with all the other light in infinite directions. Three, light just keeps going in its direction. When you let it go in outer space, it doesn't end. And four, that direction that it's going in where it's not ending, it's always going where it hasn't gone before. It is always doing these four things. And every experience that I'm having, you're having, and we're all having is a manifestation of how light is in these four ways. There's infinite examples of how light is in these ways in this experience. But I'll share a few examples. We all have a memory of the past and a vision into the future. That is a manifestation of light having direction. Our soul experiences love. Love is another manifestation of the direction of light. Our soul also experiences fear. Fear is a manifestation of the absence of light. Number four, light is always going where it hasn't gone before. In other words, we say light and dark in duality as one. the infinite emotions that we experience on that spectrum between love and fear is a manifestation of light intersecting with light in infinite directions in the absence of itself now. When we close our eyes, we experience darkness. We open it, our eyeballs are photon receptors. Everything that we receive in this field of vision is light emanating in the shadow of ourself. In outer space, the two goalposts, supernovas and black holes. You can call supernovas as one or light, black holes as zero or dark. There's infinite degrees of consciousness on this spectrum of 0 to 1 that is the light and the dark that is now. There's infinite examples of how light is in these 4 ways in this experience. There's a word called enlightenment with the word light in it, which is the levels of awareness of being light. We are all on the journey of enlightenment together, always eternally now. And when I came into the awareness of the light that we all are, that shifted my perception of what is. And when I came into the awareness of all the abundance that is here now, and the more we're all in abundance more and more together, the more we're all beaming the light that we are together. And that is the expansion of the collective consciousness into the light that is. We flow,
That's
we
amazing. That's so
remember,
inspirational.
we remember the ember that sparks the light that we are. We flow, we weave, we glide, we
Beautiful.
glisten,
Beautiful.
and we remember the ember that sparks the light that we are.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, like Dow, how does that work with community? What's your vision for the actual community and the future? Bringing together the entrepreneurs, the founders, the investors, and that sort of thing. What's your vision for that?
Well, there's a restructuring that needs to occur. The for-profit C corporation model is broken. And the reason why it's broken is because there's a misalignment in the structure of how things are developed, how there's alignment in values that is in an alignment with what is being created. So the DAO structure is the next way of operating our organizational structures. So a simple example, if you subscribe to the philosophy of if you're in abundance, I'm in abundance, then you will also subscribe to the more we're in co-creation and developing anything from a place of community, the more the thing that is being developed will be in abundance. So if you philosophically subscribe to that, then you will believe that the power of community behind anything is everything. And Light DAO is a template for how DAOs are created in this new paradigm. So
That's awesome.
we can dive
So,
in from
go
there.
on. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so specifically, how do you see the business practice structures of business changing, and how does LightDAO facilitate that?
Sorry, repeat the first part of the question.
How do you see the changes that you're mentioning that need to occur? What role do you see LightDAO taking part in that?
Yeah, we're empowering where we can, right? Whether it's in the finance sector or it's
Yeah.
in real estate sector or it's in the community building space, right? We have other community partners and, communities that we work with and, hold various events together, what it might be. And we're empowering them to have a Taoist kind of philosophy on how they're developing their organization. Excuse me. So the more we're having these conversations with these different organizations, the more we're implementing this change.
Okay, awesome. And so what are the core values of Light Down? And how do these influence the decisions in your community?
The Light Dao values are aligned with values of light, which are love, being love, where this consciousness of light is being, we're human being, and this being that we're living is composed of our values. And this being that we're living that's composed of our values manifests all of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And the words that come out of our mouth are expressions of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. And our environment, everything reflects back into ourself. Our values are updated, our being is evolved, and that is the regenerative cycle of being that we're living in alignment with our values. And the more we're living in alignment with the values of light, the more we are in alignment and we're being and we're creating and we're loving and we're aligned in our values. We're being. So the values of light are love, compassion, service, authenticity, presence. And those are the values of Light Tao. And we all have our own values. And we empower that by developing an AI system where when somebody joins Light Tao, we ask, what are your top 5 values? And if you don't know yet or aren't up to date on maybe what your top 5 values are, that's fine. We give you a simple values exercise, spend 15, 30 minutes and do it and come back and plop it in. And that gets in your profile. In addition with whatever else you're doing in life and what your interests are, such as, what sector you're in. Are you in health tech, wellness, media, regenerative land, whatever it might be? What round size, how much have you raised, or what are you looking for? Where might you need support? So all of these things are captured. And then we run our AI, and then we'll help match people based on their values and what their needs or wants might be, or their interests are, with others that are aligned in values of light. So this is part of the connection that we are empowering in value alignment. And the value and the values thing, it's kind of everything, right? Because there's this concept called trust. Well, we all trust ourselves more than anything else outside of ourselves. Why? Because trust has 2 inputs, value alignment and time spent. So fundamentally, we are all aligned in our own values because we're all our own being. And we all spend the most time with ourselves because we're the only things we're attached to. So trust is value.
Absolutely.
And the more trust and love we have, the more we're happy and fulfilled in life. So trust is values and time and our best friends in life. The people that we trust and love the most are we're values aligned with. And the more we're empowering to have friends that we're more values aligned with, the more we're with our tribe, we're with our people, with our family. And we're doing life with these people, and that's organic. That's just values-based relationship. That's organically being.
Mm, that's amazing. And so I can see that the light DAO is very introduction focused and has to be recommended. You have to be recommended by members, I see. What sort of transformational experiences have you seen occur between members within the community since starting?
You know,
Whether it's
there's so
deals
much.
like investment opportunities, partnering, or other things.
Yeah, you know, there's so much happening that even I'm not aware of. I just every day, you know, receive messages. Payam, thank you so much. You know, everything's been amazing. And, you know, for me, that makes me so happy because I'm most fulfilled when I'm being in service and creating a space for connection and creativity and magic and flourishing and creating that abundance more and more together. For me, that is so joyful, is to know that I'm connecting this friend with this friend. And I can tell you at this point, there's thousands of those that have happened, many thousands.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Mm.
so and I'm excited to have more of that happen, but also at the same time, the systemic changes that need to happen. You know, for
Yeah.
example, we're traveling around, and when we launch cities, we're looking to um, meet with the highest levels of entrepreneurs and investors to have these conversations on what it means to rethink how we're living and what we're doing and what we're creating, and how we align our values and the co-creation of things with others, whatever it is what we're doing. So continuing to have that conversation, and as that, you know, kind of comes to surface more and more, that is the expansion of the collective consciousness. Part of what Light DAO is doing is connecting all the nodes of consciousness onto this network to expand all of us together more and more in the abundance that we all are now. So
Mm.
it's, you
That's
know,
absolutely beautiful.
for me, it's the future of everything. It's the future of how we're creating society, how we're doing everything together, how we're more in alignment together
Mm.
as the one that we all are. Because there is no boundary between these borders that we've created. There is no boundary in the skin that
Mm.
we feel into the other brothers and sisters that we share this beautiful planet called Earth together.
That's beautiful. So how do you see, if you forward pace, say 5 years, what do you like down looking like? What sort of impact has it had?
I mean, you know, the mission at the core is enlightening all of us, remembering the abundance that we are now, and that healing happens now. And this is a process, of course. And the faster we help one another heal, the more that healing will transcend into the light that we are. And, you know, that's ultimately the mission. How long that takes, I hope in
Absolutely.
5 years, the world is enlightened more, you know, more than not.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic. So what would you say to anyone considering Light DAO, being part of the Light DAO community? How will they benefit? And what sort of a person are they?
Well, I would say, you know, if anyone's watching this, if anything that I say resonates, um, you're always at home and you're always loved.
Mm, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And so you've got, when I look in the community and the platform, I see so many different types of events, connections. I see a lot of really accomplished people from Silicon Valley. And there seems to be this camaraderie and friendship that I don't see in a lot of other networks. And so there are people doing business and investing in other businesses as well, are there? Or how is that sort of working?
Yeah, I can give an overview of how Light DAO is structured. So the organization Light DAO Foundation, it's a
Yeah.
California 501(c)(6) nonprofit. So all the money that goes into Light DAO Foundation is eternally reinvested back into the mission and the expansion of the community. In addition to that, we have many things that we do as a global community that continues to co-create. And this community is a global community of conscious investors and entrepreneurs. Now, what does conscious mean? The way I define it is somebody who's heart-led, aligned in values, cares about doing good, being good, making a positive impact around themselves, being a force for good. And we say purpose meets passion generates profit. So that comes down to the value alignment. And when we find a deeper alignment in who we are and how we're being, that's a purpose. And when then we do the things that we're aligned with and with ourselves, and we're doing that in love, and we really enjoy and everything out of that, that's the passion. The more we couple that purpose and the passion, that value comes back, and we call that profit. And this is part of, what we're empowering more and more with everyone in our community. Um, so kind of fundamentally, that's part of this ecosystem that we're building, is how do we empower more and more of that abundance together for all of us. And then practically speaking, we're currently have over 1,300 people globally that are affiliated with the community. And we have 6 cities that are in this moment already launched: LA, SF, New York, Dubai, Taipei, and Puerto Rico. We're on this call together because we're about to launch Australia together. I'm very excited to be doing that with you, Kristina. So we're launching in
Yeah.
Melbourne, Brisbane, and Sydney. And then from there, we were going up to meet with our one of our China ambassadors, and have a conversation with some of the entrepreneurs and investors in that community on how we're continuing to collaborate and co-create and expand together. So there's no borders with Light DAO in that sense. And so then within each of these cities that we launch in, then we're launching in Europe after that. In each of these cities that we're launched in already or to be, we have monthly gatherings in each city. So there's a lot of in-person time in the cities that we're operating in. And then we have a yearly retreat, an annual retreat, November 7th to 10th in Dominican Republic. And then we also do a lot of things virtually. As you mentioned, Kristina, we have an investment process where people that opt into the community by purchasing tokens, which I'll talk about in a minute. Once somebody does that, they can also submit opportunities for investment. We have an investment committee that reviews all investment applications. And from there, we do anything we can from making a warm introduction to another investor in our network, all the way to investments occur. We can even set up an SPV to make an investment by pooling together a lot of checks. So that's part of what we do.
Wow.
And then we also have a kind of other various activities virtually. We have a mastermind team where it's a peer support team of 4 to 5 people that can get together on specific industries, interests, or topics. I believe you're going to be starting one, if not already. But we have these
Yeah,
ongoing things.
absolutely. Very shortly.
Yeah. So at any time we pair or group people into these small groups to go deeper into in a specific industry or interest or topic. So just to name a few of those that we have right now, we have biohacking, female founders and investors, building, growing, and investing in communities, business as a spiritual practice, rethinking profitability and sustainability, blockchain and crypto. And at any time, anybody can either join one if there's space, or they could form a new team. And then we'll, as a community, find the right people that'll join that mastermind team. There's a bunch of other things. We have a town hall. We do virtual connections. And then we also have the AI matchmaking platform that I mentioned earlier. And then for somebody to join, then we have a free tier. It's free to join the WhatsApp group and the member directory if you're approved in the community. And then we also have the paid tier, which is when somebody buys the tokens, and then they receive more tokens the more they co-create with the DAO. And then they use tokens for predominantly two ways right now, which is attending any of the global gatherings. And the second is to stay at a lighthouse, which is like a community Airbnb system. So for example, I have a 4-bedroom home here in Beverly Hills. It's the lighthouse of Beverly Hills. And somebody can also use their tokens to come and stay at the lighthouse. So that's
Oh, wow.
that
Good
benefit.
to know.
Yes.
Beautiful. I'll be over there soon. Yeah. So awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say or share regarding down? Any stories?
Yeah, I mean, we're investing in a company right now. So Tony, who I met through another dear friend of mine, who's one of our hosts in New York City. So in New York, we have a few penthouses that are individuals that are in the Light Down community that offer their penthouses or their homes to hold our salons and gatherings. So one of them who has a space, a townhouse in Manhattan, hosted one of our salons, summer of last year. And Tony came to that salon and attended through Wanshi, who was hosting us. And then Tony and I got to know each other, and now fast forward 9 months and developing a friendship and a relationship and everything. He's now our Puerto Rico ambassador. So he launched Puerto Rico with us 2 months ago. I stayed at his home for a few nights. We got everything ready. We went shopping together. We just got to know each other at a deeper level. I got to know what he's up to, which is a company called PrimeVax. And then he actually was a speaker at our Dubai salon just last week, a couple weeks ago, which is really exciting. And now we're about to, invest in PrimeVax, which we believe is a cure for cancer. So yeah, there's a lot of beautiful things. And so now if, we have enough, or we have enough interest already, the investment's happening. Now it's more about bringing more people together and kind of, making this a thing. So, and we made 3 investments last year, like Dow did. So we've invested in community partners, a couple community partners here in Los Angeles that are also building global communities. So we have community relationships that we're continuing to work together on how we continue to expand everything that we're doing. One is called the Grateful Giraffes. They're a beautiful community around, heart-led leaders that express gratitude. And so they have a lot of different gatherings to bring the community together and spend quality time and spend this time in love. We have, this one of my favorite quotes that I like to say is, "Time is how you spend your love." And
No.
This is, you know, a philosophy that is part of light philosophy, which ultimately we spend our time. And this time that we spend it ultimately is in the direction of love. And because love is the highest vibrational emotional frequency of light. And so
Absolutely.
this time that we spend, time is energy. And I can get a little metaphysical about this for a moment, for some moments. Um,
Sure.
So, how much time do we have again?
As much as you like, Payam. I'm fascinated listening to you. Yes.
Okay. I'll probably have max 20 minutes if we end up spending the time.
Okay.
Uh,
Sure.
so yeah, so you know, light is you know, when I said earlier, light has no end. When you let light go in outer space, it doesn't end. When there's no end, there's no beginning. When there's no end or beginning, it's eternity. When it's eternal, there is no time. Time is an illusion of light. And that light is all the zero and the one that is now. And that infinite or one energy of now is eternal energy. So this time that we spend in this experience of the conscious life that we live is that energy. And that highest vibrational emotional frequency of that one light that we all are is love. And time is how we spend our love. Because we are all that one love and light that is. So
Beautiful. Oh,
so this time that we spend in love
very.
is spent in two ways predominantly every day, with other people and with ourselves. Relationships are everything. Relationship with self and relationship with others is everything in this conscious being that we are. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
so time is how we spend our love with others and with ourselves. And the more we're consciously living in love with others and with ourselves, the more happy and fulfilled and abundance we're being and we're living. This is the eternal quest of this life that we live.
Absolutely. And so Light Tao brings that, fosters that throughout all of you. I can see through all of your core values and all the practices, and even through your invitation process and the methodology in terms of how you invest in your criteria for investing in other businesses. Because can that be seen throughout everything, can it?
More and more, more and more. You
Yeah.
know,
Beautiful.
we're all
Yeah.
expanding our consciousness together in all the infinite ways that we're all connected, right? So of
Yeah.
course, you know, I'm the founder of Light Tao, but you're an ambassador of Light Tao, and you're living with the vibrational frequency of the love and the light that we are. And that transcends in all the ways that it's manifesting through all the connections that we have in this experience and existence of the one that it all is.
That's absolutely, absolutely. Oh, that's fantastic. Uh, no, it's very amazing, amazing organization. So, okay, so to finish it off, what would you, where do people go to find out more? Is it we are the light dot one?
Yeah, so that's our website. So we are light.one for one. So that's the URL. When someone goes to that URL, they will, see all the information. I have a paper that I've written on light philosophy. So, if anything of what I resonated about, light and the experience of it and how we're perceiving this light, everything is perception. So we're perceiving machines. We're also meaning and story creating machines. We're speaking what is into existence. Also, love optimizing machines.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. No, that's great. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. And what I will do, I'm getting a bit of feedback here in terms of the audio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut snippets into snippets and do individual questions, because some of them, I don't know whether your recording is any good, but some of my recording, it's a bit grainy. So, but yeah, I reckon we do snippets, and then I can even boost the posts or something, or put run traffic to some of them as well, and see how we go, see what I can make of it. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, Kristina. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to
Yeah,
spending time with you.
yeah.
Are you gonna come to all three cities with us?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Sydney, probably. Melbourne, I'm not sure.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha.
yeah, yeah. Any other tips regarding, I mean, this is just any other tips regarding attracting people? I've been sending a lot of LinkedIn messages, but I haven't got a lot of anyone really as yet. So we've just got the 8, well, including you, including Nairi, and
Yeah, I think cold LinkedIn reach outs is the best way.
yeah.
And I think did I provide like kind of instructions on how to do that, or do you need some help with that?
Oh, and I've sent you sent an email, you showed me an email. So I used that email message, and targeting founders and startups and VCs and family offices and that sort of thing. Yeah, so